In this series, I take you on some of the most beautiful hikes in the Swiss Alps. These are definitely some of the most amazing landscapes I have ever seen. This is the first season of the series. It takes place in the canton of Graubünden, more precisely in the Engadin Valley. Good morning. Yesterday it was a bit rainy, but today the weather is amazing again. I will do another beautiful hike, so I would say let's do it. In the 7th episode, I hiked to a beautiful mountain lake and explored some other trails in the area. All in all, it was about 22 kilometers of hiking with a difference in altitude of almost 1,400 meters. In the previous week I had filmed 6 videos. The day before it was rainy and I could finally take a break and rest a bit. The rest day was very helpful. I had a lot of new energy for this hike and was happy that the weather was better again.
As the ocean throws the water to the shoreline, the blanket on the coast, from the stories old, let the truth be told.
Gained quite some height already. The view is just incredibly beautiful. Now the plan is to go to a lake over there and then descend into the valley, go up there and walk everything on the ridge. Every time I plan my hikes, I like to use 2 mobile apps called Schweizmobil and Swiss Topo. Both apps show all the hiking trails in Switzerland, but of course you can also use these apps for other sports like mountain biking and inline skating. One feature I really like is that you can see which trails are closed. This is extremely helpful when planning a hike. Schweizmobil provides a nice overview of all the national and regional hiking routes. In general, I would say that Schweizmobil is better for beginners and tourists, while Swiss Topo is useful if you already know what you want to do. At the end of the planning phase, I like to use another app called Komoot. This app allows me to see the distance of the hike and the exact height profile.
Something tells me I won't be coming home. Maybe I might be better off alone. Think I'm gonna stay, sheltered from the rain in Barcelona.
Yes, I made it to the lake. So far this hike was extremely beautiful and now it's time to fly with my drone.
I think I got some really nice footage. Let's continue hiking now.
The lake is called Lej Sgrischus, or in English, the Lake of the Cry. Apparently it's called like that because the wind carries a howling sound across the surface of the water. The lake sits at an altitude of 2,600 meters above sea level. Another time I was there I went swimming, it was the coldest water ever. By the way, Lej Sgrischus is not German, it's Romansch. In Switzerland there are 4 official languages: German, French, Italian and Romansch. Each belongs to a different region, from the German-speaking heartland to the French west, the Italian south and the hidden valleys of Graubünden, the only canton where Romansch is spoken. Less than 1% of the Swiss population speaks Romansch, but since the mountain valleys are isolated from each other, there are still dozens of dialects.
I just came down from there and now there will be some uphill again. The last hour was quite chill, the next part will be much more exhausting.
At that point I was in the Fix Valley. It's a very peaceful place as there are no cars allowed. If you have watched the other episodes of this series, you probably noticed that this is not the only place where cars are not allowed. In the Engadin, this is the case in many of the small valleys, which is a very good thing in my opinion. I only spent little time down in the valley and was already climbing the next hill. It was quite hard. In winter it's also a wonderful place for walking and snowshoe hiking, but because of avalanches it's usually safer not to climb hills like I was doing it right here.
Yes, I finally made it. This uphill was short but very steep. I'm really glad that it's over now. Let's fly with the drone again. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and finally time to eat lunch. I think I rarely ate lunch that late. Now I have more than enough energy for the last 1.5 hours.
It was unfortunate that it was a bit cloudy, the view would have been absolutely amazing. As you can see, I was wearing a jacket. In the mountains it can get fresh even in summer, especially when there is no sunshine. By the way, the lake that was in front of me is called Lej Sgrischus. At 1,800 meters, Lake Sgrischus is the largest natural lake above 1000 meters in the Alps. Driven by the Maloja wind, sailors and kite surfers dance across its surface, while artists and philosophers once found endless inspiration on its shores. There's even a small passenger ship. It's considered the highest scheduled boat service in Europe. I had a fantastic view of the lake, and eventually the sun came back out, just in time for the last part of my hike.
Made it to the bottom again. To be honest, today my motivation was not that high, but I was still able to enjoy the hike. Consider to subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, thanks a lot for watching, I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.
In the next video, I will do another beautiful hike in the Engadin Valley. This will be the last episode of this series. Once again, I was pretty lucky with the weather, and it was definitely one of the best hikes so far. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you like this video, so that you don't miss out on my next adventure.